Well, good morning, YouTube. All right, guys, it is a Monday morning. It's just about 10 a.m. now. We pulled in here, the rest area on I-75 in Georgia, mile marker 118, around 4:30 in the morning. Got a few hours of sleep, and truth is, I would have been happy to sleep a little bit longer, but the truck on the other side of us pulled out this morning, and then the sun was just beating on our bedroom side, and it got quite warm in there. It was nice when we parked, and it's actually nice right now in the shade, but that sun is kicking the crap out of the other side of Goliath. Right over there. Oh yeah. Let's come in and do a quick walk around, make sure everything is good before we hit the road. All bikes are still stable. All right, everything looks good in here. All right, quick walk around. Everything's looking good. I'm gonna fire Goliath up, and while he's warming up, I'm gonna make my coffee because it looks like it's done brewing now. All right, Goliath is warming up. I've got my coffee made. I am just waiting for the go-ahead from Katie so I can pull out of here. Now, as you saw last night, we left home a little bit after midnight. It was probably 10 after, quarter after, and we got here about 4:25, 4:24, something like that. And I gotta say that was probably the most perfect time to go through Atlanta. So by the time we got to Atlanta, it was almost 2 a.m. And not only was it a Sunday, but it was Easter Sunday. Well, technically Monday morning, I guess, actually. But there were like no cars through Atlanta. I mean, we could see some, but there was no traffic, no slowdowns. I was never crowded by anybody. It was just a nice, easy drive all the way through the city, all the way here. That's why we didn't really do much commentary last night. We just got in the truck and drove and ended up here. You know, other than going through the city where the lights are lit up, there wasn't much to see, but it was just a very uneventful trip to this point. I hate to say it, makes boring video, but let's hope it's uneventful from here the rest of the way down to Wildwood, Florida. Now, we will stop someplace to get fuel probably before we get out of Georgia, just because it's cheaper in Georgia, especially southern Georgia. And then, so probably only one stop this morning someplace. We're only about 4 hours from our destination, so it should go pretty smooth, pretty quick. Guys, it's just about noon and we have stopped here at exit 18 at the Quick Trip. Good, fairly cheap fuel, easy on and off of the interstate, and it was time to clean the windshield. Now you'll see I sprayed it with some of the Amsoil glass cleaner first because the bugs are pretty bad on there. And it seems like some truck stops we go to, the washer fluid that they have out here is just, I don't know, subpar, I guess. And sometimes even the squeegees and the scrubbers aren't that good. So give it a pre-soak with that, and then I go back and scrub it off, and it usually comes out pretty good. Now we should only need to take on about half a tank of fuel. Remember, we got fuel at Buc-ee's on the way back from the truck show, but I know fuel prices here in South Georgia are a little bit cheaper than they are in Florida, so I figured we'd stop here before we hit the line, and hopefully we won't need to get fuel again in Florida as we go to Wildwood and Leesburg, and then we're going to head over to Panama City. Then on the way back out, we'll come back through Georgia and then into South Carolina, and both of those states typically have cheaper fuel. Not always, but typically. You know, another great thing about QT is they've got fantastic taquitos. You can get the jalapeno popper ones, which are awesome. So we made it to the Wildwood exit 329 on I-75 in Florida. Got Goliath at the wash bay, gonna get them all cleaned up before we go park it next door at the TA truck stop. But there's already some beautiful trucks laying around over here. There's gorgeous Pete right behind us. Check out this cab over here. All right, guys, in the bay they pulled me into has got this basically automated car wash system, and they said they're going to use that to scrub the trailer and go as far as I can. But Goliath is so big, he doesn't fit all the way in the bay. As you can see, my nose is actually sticking out of the bay a little ways. So at some point, when they get done with the trailer, they're going to have me back up a little bit so they can finish Goliath in its entirety. All right, after getting the truck washed, we're over here at the truck stop, the TA, right across the street from Chrome Shop. We didn't get the same spot we had last year, which is where this bobtail is, but we're one next to it. We're hoping that maybe if he comes and moves this truck, I can just scoot over one. That way we're up against the grassy curb, and it just makes things a little bit nicer. But for now, we're gonna shut it down right here. All right, guys, as the evening rolls in, I think we're gonna go ahead and close this video here pretty soon. Amanda stopped by to visit for a little while. She is actually gonna be helping a vendor over in Leesburg, and so is Chip actually, since we're not working this rally. They're gonna be helping out other vendors. You know, all in all today, the trip went really smooth. Nothing to brag about, nothing to complain about. Goliath got a bath, so I'm happy with that. I've still got a lot of other work to do, so we're gonna get into that. So for those of you that may be new, the reason we are here in Wildwood, Florida is because right across the street is the 75 Chrome Shop, and they have their big rig truck show once a year, and it's this weekend coming up. It starts on Thursday. Actually, I think it's Friday. Thursday will be like parking, and then the show is technically Friday and Saturday. But also 10 miles down the road, you've got the city of Leesburg, and they have the Leesburg Bike Fest this time every year. That will actually start on Thursday, I think, at the dealership, and then Friday and Saturday for the downtown venues. Now, we don't work either one of these particular events, but I come here to film them and hang out with them. And the reason for that is because we used to live somewhat locally here over in Sanford, Lake Mary area. So this was like my local small rally that we used to always come out to. It was always on my birthday weekend, so we always kind of came out and did it. My birthday is Thursday when both of these events start, so we're just going to have a good time and enjoy the week off before we head to Panama City Beach next week for the rally the following weekend. So you guys got to stay tuned for that as well. From this point on, the rest of the season is kind of go, go, go. We had that little lapse between Daytona and now, but now it's almost one after the other with just a couple small breaks in between, but a lot of traveling. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys all enjoyed your Easter as well. And I know that I had a Homestead channel video went up where I wish everybody a happy Easter, but for this channel, I'm wishing you guys all a happy Easter here as well. And until the next time I see you, keep those engines running. Man, he looks good when he's clean.